Hello YouTube, I have bought the Acetech Speedloader. Got it from Skirm shop in Northern Ireland. Apparently this is one of the first ones in the UK to hit private hands apparently, so I thought I'd do a video just to show some of the things I've found with it. I've not used it in anger yet, an actual airsoft game, but I've been loading mags and messing about with it. There's a couple of things I've learned from it already. So what I propose to do is show you sort of the form factor of the device itself, a bit of commentary on it, throw some BBs in it, load up some popular, was it EPM1 RX mags and some Glock mags, and show you the accessories that come with it, etc. So, right, well, let's dive in. So the device itself, it's made out of plastic. It's quite solid 3D printed plastic. A lot of my seeing videos online showed that it was, like, you know, the prototype where it didn't seem to be very good quality plastic. This one is definitely different from the research I did. Granted, it's still 3D printed, but a good job. Device itself, it's really quite light. There's not a lot to it really, other than your main readout, the in and out nozzles. These are metal, which is good. Underneath you have a battery tray, where I've put a small 1100 or 900 milliamp hour battery and it fits. I'll put the dimensions on the screen. There's also, that comes with the box, is a DC connector, 12 volt DC barrel. Right, so I'll put some BBs in, power it up, and then we'll go from there. So the capacity apparently is 12,000 BBs. I use these BLS BBs. There's about 3,500 in here. Yes, I did count them using this machine. That didn't take as long as you would imagine. Pretty simple really. Open up the slide hatch on the top and sling them in. You can either pour them directly in the hole, or another cool thing is this bit is obviously beveled or whatever. It's got a slant so all the BBs will fall in. You put all of them in, so it's 3,500 of them. In they go. Drop a few on the floor. Give them a wee shake, just so you can see the general interaction. Those are the BBs in. In fact, I'll maybe get a picture to show you how much room is in. So that's 3,500. Honestly, it's not even half full, so I kind of believe they're close to 10 to 12,000. Right, so booting the device up for the first time. Okay, so powering the device up. Quick depress. That's it loaded. That's how quick it was, a couple of seconds. What you essentially have, you have 4 presets. Look, there's better videos online. I'm not going to spend too much time on this. Because I run Glock mags, I've got a setting for 23 that goes in there. Because I run EPM1 RXs, 250, I have a setting for 240 rounds. This device, I'll show you the performance. It can do the 250 in the EPMs. And these have been used probably one airsoft game. They're quite new still. It can do the 250, but sometimes, I'll tell you what, you'll see when we get to the video. Long story short, I would still recommend this device with the EPM RX100s. I know how we're all in a rush to get information, so, but I'll show you that in a sec. The attachments that you have for this device, you have what is, let me just get this into shot. This is a gas blowback rifle adapter, comes with it. They do have extras which I have not purchased, but I'll give you an idea. It also then has, in focus, it has a pistol, gas blowback, which works really well with these Glocks. And then, I'll be honest, this third thing that comes with it, it's a slider that you insert into the pistol mag. You don't need this. Well, I don't need this with my springs, and you know, my Glock mags are less than a few months old. You know, they haven't got heavy use. This, I guess if you have a really long, high capacity mag, you would want to use this. I really struggled with this, but anyway, that's what comes in the box. Okay, so without further ado, should we quickly do the 240 so you can see? Let's see how well this works. So I'm going to push down quite firm. That's it going. I think that dropped down as I didn't have it on properly. 150, 200, 240, done. Don't know how quick that was. Now, this is the part quite a few people probably want to say. Now, to go from 240 to full, i.e. another 10 rounds, I'll be quiet and you listen to the device. Done. It can do it, but it just, you know, for longevity of the device, it's got metal teeth on the gears inside this, certainly in the feeder. So I'm not worried about it breaking. If anything, I'm worried about the BBs being damaged. But I think I'll just stick at 240 for those. So there you go. Cool thing about this, you can also empty in this part here. You just push down. Oh. Uh-oh. My spring's stuck. See? I've had this once before. There you go, give it a good shake and all of a sudden. So what happened was essentially the spring has retreated all the way and it's become quite stiff and it sort of pinned itself in the channels. Again, they're somewhat new mags. Let me try that again. That's it empty. Okay, cool. Do one more time. So it's on 240. That's 100. 200. 240. I'd probably stop it there. So I'm just going to discharge them. That's what it's meant to do. Okay. So give or take, you know, I would say after a couple of months of use, these things will be perfectly fine to go up to 250. And again, it can do 250. It's my personal choice, which is why I don't want to go that high. Right, next up, Glock mags. So Glock mags next, using this connector. You just simply push it on, that's it. It's really simple and easy to do. I'll turn it round so you can see the BBs actually entering the magazine. So you hold the magazine pretty much on this surface, straight down into the device. Push it straight down, hold it firm. Oh, I want to set to 23. So 23, good to go. Push. Ta-da! Just like that. That's pretty cool. Now, there's no quick way to empty these mags. I just have to flick these out one by one. I thought, oh, maybe you could do this. Place it on here and that'll put it just to the appropriate, you know, edge that when the next round comes up, it'll flick out, but no, unfortunately not. I mean, you can do it slowly and like this. As you can see, it's a bit finicky. Okay, so I had a bit of a coughing fit there I had to cut out. To return BBs manually, because we left off where we were filling up the pistol mags, in order to retreat the rounds back in, I'm essentially just reduced to doing this and just flicking them in one by one. You know, I don't think that's too bad an experience. Close that up. Right, so, the moment we've all been waiting for. So you've arrived at the game. Mags aren't ready. Just going to do a bit of a speed test here. Right, so you're going to do a practical test. You've just rocked up to site, airsoft game. You have 3 EPM 1s, RXs, they're 250. You've got, this came with one of the riffs that I'm running, that's 105 BBs. And then I have 2 Glock magazines at 23 each. Well, 23 is what I put in them anyway. So, you know, I'm not very good at this, practice at this, but I'm just going to show you realistically how long it takes to fill all these mags. I think it's something like 900 rounds. Actually, it'll be 870 because I'm not going to fill the 250s right up. So, right, off we go. So select 105. Off we go. First one done. And quickly scroll down to 240. It's good to see how quickly you can go between different sizes of caps. Of mags, rather, not caps. There's that one filled. Next one. And done. See what I mean? It sounds like it's struggling a little bit. Again, just reach for the pistol. It doesn't take very long. I'm not trying to set a world record. That's that full. BB's on the ground. clear that one out. Next one. There you go. Not in a rush. I could be chatting to my colleagues, my friends, as I'm cracking on. That's how long that takes. So cool. Things I would like to improve, that would be nice if they're improved on this, is, as I said, you can't easily empty out the BBs. So either buy a second one, which is ridiculously expensive, or you know, a way that you can either do an auto feed button or like a hole or a tray or something to get the BBs out quickly. Because if you're playing with a squad, you might want to fill up a whole bunch of 0.28 BBs, or you might want to fill up a whole bunch of 0.25s. Just bear that in mind. It's not easy to empty. It struggles a little bit, or it sounds really horrible. I'm not going to put 250 rounds into the EPM1 RX. It just sounds like it's going to break after a couple of months usage. So I don't know if that's true or not. It just sounds awful. That's my opinion. It's not based on any fact or experience. One other thing. So now that I want it, say you want to transport this device, got a really cool handle, fantastic. It's even though it's got 3,500 rounds, it's a couple of kilograms. It's not too bad. But these nozzles here, there's no cap, there's no way to block these. And if I tip, in fact, I'll show you. Essentially, once this is primed, there's 20 rounds in here which will just fall out. So if it's in a rucksack, fine. But it'd be good if you got a little cap. Maybe someone could 3D print and put it into shot. So those are the prime rounds. But also, this is just an empty tube. So if you tip that up, sometimes rounds come out, sometimes they don't. There you go, one came out. So little caps would be nice if it came with it. That would be quite handy. Overall, would I buy it again? 100%. The other ammo crate one for the Netherlands, I was looking at it, and there was a special on 10% off on top of this, as well it being, with all the other bits and pieces, a little bit cheaper was sort of my decision. Also getting it into the UK, the alternative steel ammo crate one, getting it into the UK, I was just worried about import tax and all that sort of stuff, on top of the fact it was already quite an investment. So yeah, no, happy about this device. Any questions, guys and girls? Pop them down below. And sorry, I'm not very good at the panache of YouTube and all that sort of stuff. But thanks again to Skirm Shop, and cheers. Thanks, bye.